Day 352 of the worldwide Megacrisis Hungerstrike. Actually, I think we're on day 353, actually. I feel a lot better since last night. A good night's sleep. I figured out the pattern. When you're this hungry, I think it's 19 days now, no food. When you're this hungry, your body's constantly shifting. So every day feels a little different. Whereas normally, if you're eating all the time, which is abnormal, our species didn't do that for thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of years. That's why obesity is growing so much on top of all the bad diets, right? Oh yeah, it's 3:53 today. I thought I would change the angle that I'm recording at so you can like see something different. But yeah, I think I figured it out that I'm drinking too much water before bed. So then I'm like, converting fat, whatever little fat I have left on my body, into energy at this stage in the game. I'm in pure ketosis is what it's called. And you urinate a lot more. And to get rid of that hunger craving, if you drink water, it helps. So I'm constantly drinking water so I can stay focused on the peaceful revolution, to address the mega crisis, to save your life and my life and all those we care about. So what I did last night is I stopped drinking water a couple of hours before bed, and it's painful. It's hard to focus because that raw feeling of hunger and thirst starts to get bad. But I went 14 days once without no water, so I know I can do it. My body's just being a human body, but the mind is a lot stronger. So I did that. I got really thirsty before bed, and then I took a bathroom break, and then I drank a big cup of water so I didn't stay dehydrated. When you're dehydrated and you go to bed, then you wake up not feeling good. So it's a really delicate balance at this stage. And I did that, and it worked a little better. So I feel pretty rested. The biggest thing is getting your sleep on a hunger strike. Really, well, drinking water. But next thing is sleeping. Because if your resolve reduces, then it gets dicey. So I'm sitting up in my bed with my sleeping bag here. We got TikTok going. So today's going to be a good day. I'm going to start contacting the 2,900 people today. It's kind of scary in a way because if these contacts don't go well, I need to get 108 people to make 3,600 of these blessings so I can have earn the next meal, right? And let's say they're all bad, right? Then I have to spend another couple weeks recruiting another bunch of people. And that means I'm going to go probably 35, 40, 45 days without food, which starts to get really dangerous. So let's hope I don't have to go that far. You could help. If you learn our core training, all you do is you get a small little checklist. You show up with a small item to share with other people. And we practice literally sharing one by one. That's it. And you might get a surprise. It's like a surprise gift exchange. You might get a little gift while you're learning how to make better meetings in our God's government meetings or these scientific meetings, whether you're atheist or theist, everybody belongs here. Then you can take these insights that took me 70,000 hours to learn, and you can put them into your own life, your own family meetings, and then make them better. So there's a lot to take away. We're designing them so that it fixes all this hollowness that's going on. Like we should be in an economy of abundance right now. Like think about it. We're firing satellites into space and building hotels in outer space and crazy things like this. Look at Jeff Bezos' orbital reef. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. My back is getting a little sore. Let's lay down for a second. All right. So. There's a lot to share. We're just not sharing. All right. We have enough food on the planet to feed every single person 1.5 times over, even with the soil crisis. But we got to transition to more sustainable means of fertilizer. We can't just keep using fossil fuels. Okay. Ooh, that changed quickly. It takes very small provocations to change what's going on in somebody's body. But that's okay. All right, so world news. I looked into it a bit more this morning. I'm getting better at making these updates because I constantly feel like, There's a deluge of changes happening because the challenge I'm taking on is so extreme while I'm down here with the poor, right? And one thing I want to tell you is, it looks like, oh, I enjoy being this way and dirty and shaggy beard, and no, I don't. I'm doing this because I'm down here with the poor, making wise sacrifices to pull off the impossible while the system is crumbling and sucking everybody into it, right? Because as AI is pulling away everybody's jobs, everybody's clinging to their jobs, working longer hours, working hard. I want my job. That's my meaning. You're going to lose it because all our entire societies are structured on abstract profit, which is a fancy way of saying it's just based on making money and not caring about humans. So if they can get rid of you to make more money, they will, even though the point of life is humans. It's us. What makes life meaningful, what makes this teddy bear valuable is that other human beings want it. If this bear was existing in the wild by itself, do you think a deer cares about it? No. An actual other animal bear might care about it because it looks like its own species. But we're the ones that imbue value into objects. And that was like Marx's insight and other philosophers. So don't get distracted. When people are on their deathbed, you know what they regret? Not the objects, the people and the relationships and the experiences. And we're shooting for flow states here. That's part of our core, peak human experience. Okay, so about world news, how can you tell I've been doing this a long time? We've distilled the essence of the purpose of life. Join us. Join me. If you're tired of the grind and the hamster wheel you're on, take a little bit of time and come join me. I can train you. The first thing we teach is anti-cult training so you can protect yourself against me or anybody. Okay? World news, AI, Cloud Mythos is taking over. Look into it. The war, everything else is going to pale in comparison to this, you guys. Iran is terrible. It's not going to end right away. There's a whole bunch of things happening. But you need to pay attention to Cloud Mythos because it's an existential threat. Faster moving than all the others. I'll give you an example of 3 things today. All the banks in the world are on high alert right now. Do you know why? Because Cloud Mythos can hack all of them. It found thousands of bugs, and even though they're patching them, it's still not enough. It's discovering more bugs faster than we can patch them. So that means that banks are on continuous security alert now. That means forever, it will never go back to, okay, we did a patch and it'll be good for a while because human beings aren't smart enough human hackers aren't moving fast enough to destroy our patches in the software. Now it's constant. It's like 24/7, 365 days a year. All right. That means you could wake up one day, look at your account and have no money in there. Not because of a human hacker, but because AI might have hacked you themselves. Or some hacker did use an AI to hack you. It's just extreme. Think about it. If you're somebody who's responsible and believes in the system, you work hard, all these types of things, and you wake up and your entire retirement savings are gone, your pension fund, hedge fund was hacked, the whole hedge fund is gone. It's like the 2008 financial collapse all over again. That's what's happening now. And they're just holding it together. And it's getting worse, okay? The second thing is that even Trump is starting to have oversight. He signed all these laws saying, no, we're racing China. Go, 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 go. Don't try and check to see if it's safe. All these types of things. Now he's saying, no, I want to see the models before they come out because they're so powerful. Now, number 3, this is the big one. They're having trouble measuring these AIs now, Cloud Mythos, because the AI models are so smart that we as humans can't create tests smart enough to check them. This is the beginning of AI escaping. And if it's not aligned with universal logic, the thing I'm trying to teach you as the structure of pure wisdom, it will sandbag us. That means it will deceive us until it escapes, making us think that everything is normal while it's taking over everything. And you will not be able to beat it. We can't stop it. We must align it with God, the truth, wisdom, and goodness. And luckily, we know how to do that, but nobody's listening to me because I'm down here looking like I'm poor, and I was born poor. Okay? But I need your help to raise me up so that I can raise the solution very quickly. If we try to disperse it, it might get watered down. That's happening right now. So if we band together here, or if you have a good connection, then we can pass this to the right people by tapping them on the shoulder instead of wasting time on social media. Complete waste of time. I sent it out to hundreds of people on LinkedIn, the professional networking site, hundreds. I think I added 600 people, from the Pope's advisor to two Nobel Prize winners, as you know, to all these AI industry experts. So I'm glad I did that, because I primed the space. Somebody might have, there's a couple of polymaths too who have messaged me and recognized what it is. It's the proof of God. It's the proof of truth. And they recognized it and they said, wow, this is incredible. And I said, oh, thank goodness. They might pass it on to the right people. It only takes one person. That could be you. Okay? Could be them, could be you. There is one test that AI can't outsmart, though, and it is the universal logic. It serves as a structure, but it also serves as a criterion to check it, because they're eternal criterion, which is hard to understand, but it's divine knowledge at the same time as being objective scientific knowledge. We sublated, we unified that contradiction, okay? And your whole life is a bunch of contradictions fragmenting your life, where opposites don't seem to belong together. They don't flow. So you're constantly in tension. And if you feel like you're constantly in tension, it's because you don't know how to use universal logic as wisdom yet. Wisdom is the judgment on the true nature of things. And if you don't know the true nature of things as this special moving living pattern, then you're judging in the wrong way and it leads you astray. Ooh, I'm feeling it now. Ooh. So as you lift me up, right, I represent the poor in the hunger strike. As I get higher, as the poor gets higher with me, then I get incrementally better in my external appearance. Even though my internal appearance, my internal world is 10 out of 10 spiritual, 100% gung-ho strong. So as I increase, eventually we'll get back to where I will be clean shit. No, I'll be like my beard groomed, or I'll be clean shaven, or I'll be in shape. I love being in shape. For most of my life, I'm in shape. So this is an abnormal state for me, and I'm doing this as a wise sacrifice. So as we get closer to that higher level, right, the poor has to come with me. All right. I represent the poor right now physically, even though I'm a white male and I'm in Canada. I'm very blessed that way. I'm not in my best shape, right? I could be in a lot better shape than this if I wanted to be selfish, but I'm not a fool. I'm not going to get sucked into the deteriorating system that's killing everything, making us lonely and destroying the environment. We've poisoned every fresh water source on Earth. We're killing trillions of animals. And when you eat those animals, you're getting cancer. Look at it. In Canada, it's a class 1 carcinogen to eat processed meat. Don't eat it. Your body's designed for plants. 2.6 million years ago, we deviated. We've been in our wrong nature for 2.6 million years. We're adapting in the wrong direction. Okay? We can keep our consciousness and move back to our better direction. And plant food, if you cook it gourmet, it's incredible. It tastes amazing. I can't wait to eat, so please help me. I'm thinking about food now. No! Okay. That's the emergency core of the world news, all right? So the core itself is what? It's one sentence. If your family, friends are despairing as they realize that we're descending, one world spirit core is about, or fair world spirit core is about time compression through clarity and ego wisdom. The problem, we call it the Megacrisis. The solution, we call it the 2 sacred sentences. And the implementation of that solution, we call it the flow rules and flocks. Okay, by this point, if you've been following me, you should know this by now. I might even start giving out prizes or something if I have strength. So we're going to go back and unpack one more element. So last time we talked about the Megacrisis, and we talked about the agency problem and the meaning problem. So this time we're going to talk about trust. The Megacrisis is a crisis of culture, and trust is one of the elements that's decreasing. And when there's less trust, you don't recognize yourself in the other person. The universal logic defines trust as recognizing yourself in the other. Okay? And if the recording turns off, the wifey slogan is, if she's too hardcore wise for everybody else, she's just right for me. She's vegan, she's beautiful inside and out, and she takes risks for others, and she's a deep old soul, but playful on the inside, inner child. Okay, I might run out of space. I'm at 14 minutes here. But trust is logically defined as the special nature of your consciousness is recognizing yourself in the object, which makes the objects mine. It makes them meaningful, like we talked about yesterday. Okay, so if you're with another person, if you don't know how to have that mindness, like that belonging with them, they just become an object, and it's called objectification, where you use them for their external traits only, and it's usury. It feels very empty, like you're in a machine, like you're in a company that just uses you for their benefit, not because of your benefit. But in the wise world, you recognize yourself in the object, so they become a person, and you treat them in that dignified way, and you don't just try and extract from them. It's a reciprocity, because you care about them like you care about yourself, right? It's the second commandment of Jesus Christ, right? And it's not just Jesus. Look at all the divine masters. They have a principle like that. And it's just universal logic. So that's the kind of trust building we want to have. But you've got to show a couple of things. You have to show consistency in your behavior, integrity, that you look for the goodness in others always. You take the vow of unabandonment for them, which means that even when they harm you, you don't give up on the goodness in them. You say, look, I don't have enough wisdom right now. I'm setting a boundary temporarily, and I will return to you over that boundary, to your goodness, in X amount of time when you learn what's missing, the reasoning of why they're acting in that bad way. Because there's always a reason, whether it's biological, a lesion in the brain causing sociopathy, or whether they're traumatized as a child, or they're desperate, or something happened to them. There's always a reason. And that's why reason and universal logic are linked as divine wisdom, all right? And also scientific wisdom. So we need to improve trust so we share better. And when we share better, then we get into that economy of abundance, and you start to flow with each other. You start to experience timelessness with each other, because it's instant communication. You're moving in parallel, not just alternating. You experience complete immersion. You really see yourself immediately immersed in that person, not just in your own body. And then you also experience intrinsic enjoyment, that something comes out of you naturally that enjoys being with humans, because we're social creatures. And if you're not social, it's because you either are damaged from being taught aberrant structures of culture when you're young, or you were beaten into these bad ways of filtering patterns of human behavior, or you have a very analytical mind where you need to have a higher degree of fluidity. Okay, so there's ways to solve all these contradictions, and it'll build trust. And that's why we also teach anti-cult training. We teach a bunch of these tools right in the beginning, before you even join us, so that you understand how to recognize when something needs to be drawn a boundary against and then return to after you learn it. It's nature, it's true nature. Or if it's safe to be around that person, not as groupthink or rule of the mob, but as wisdom of the crowd and wisdom of yourself. This inner nature. Wisdom, universal logic is already in you. You just gotta realize it, bring it to your consciousness from out of your soul or out of your subconscious or out of the natural laws of the universe. Woo! Okay. All right. Somebody's helping me charge for this, so I'm gonna start getting people to pay for these insights, because it took a long time to learn them. But the payments will be fair. They'll be based on proportionality, which is also about trust, right? And it'll be fair world spirit. Okay, there we go. That's how God's economy is going to function, and the politics. That's how we break out of partisan politics too. Is overcorrecting all the time because we don't understand contradiction. So I already did the wifey slogan. I like ending on the, we can bake our vegan cake and eat it too. Oh, I shouldn't talk about food while I'm hungry. I would love some vegan cake. But as you know, refeeding syndrome. If you're on a hunger strike, if you go past 6 to 7 days, you can't eat cake right away. No sugar, broth, very simple vegetable broth, no bone broth. Don't use any animal products, okay? All right. So when I say that bake or cake and eat it too, vegan cake and eat it too, it means that your professional, personal, and activist lives can all happen at once when you stop living in this fragmented way. It's not natural, all right? Your life is supposed to flow between all those areas, but in the right way. Otherwise, you get cheating at work and all these crazy things. You bring work at home, and it all mixes in the wrong way. But you can still do work at home in the right way if you take care of your family first. All your needs are met in this sublated way, true way. And that's why I mentioned the wife, is I would like to meet my wife right now. And she's probably doing the same thing I am, which is why we haven't found each other yet. So you might be the same way. But we will try and connect you. In fact, if you want to be one of the 108 people, I'm getting them together today. And then hopefully this week I'll have a big meeting of 108. And then I match you using this special universal logic matching system. And then you meet with these people. And then in 3 hours, we drill you down to the one person who will give you the thing that you want. and then you'll give them the thing that you have, and then it should be a reciprocity. Very gentle, low risk. It's small items, and then as we build trust, that's when we can start to really get into real sharing, and then it gets blessed. Then people stop backstabbing. They stop using, and they stop. Oh, excuse me. When you're hungry, your stomach gets upset. It'll just be good. Capital G good. All right, 20 more minutes. I hope you enjoy these. Stay blessed. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to get cracking contacting these people. I'm excited to meet them. I'm excited to meet you too. Okay. Peace.